Hey guys, welcome back to Bravo-ish Talkers. We are excited for this episode. This is really special episode. And it's almost like us paying tribute to, the ladies of Potomac. Potomac is about to start their season. So what better way than to kind of celebrate them and celebrate all their messy moments. Yes. So today, Tiana's going to be walking us through Tiana's messy manner.
I sure will be.
Yes, because she loves a good messy moment. I'm Christina, your host, your Bravo aficionado who never takes her TV off Bravo.
I'm Ramona, the Bravo historian.
And I'm Tiana, lover of mess and all things Bravo.
Yes, as you guys know, we've been on like a little brief hiatus. Like I said, we like to blame it on Bravo. Bravo wasn't really giving us much of anything, so we kind of like took some time off and was kind of working in the background to kind of like really build up, our podcast like kind of little empire. And we've done just that. As you know, Potomac is about to start their new season.
Sure are.
And not only that, they shook things up quite a bit.
Thankfully.
So we're really looking forward to this season. So Tiana's going to walk us through all the messy moments how long has the show been on? Like how many seasons?
9.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this is season 10 that we're gonna see.
Okay. So there's a lot of messy moments.
So many
that we're going to kind of like, get into. But first, is there anything we want to like talk about what's going on this week in the Bravoverse, what's going on in our lives? You guys want to share?
Oh, well, as far as the Bravoverse, I don't know if you guys recall the show Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Yes.
Blood, Sweat, and Hills.
Sweat, and Hills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melissa Ford was doing an interview with Carlos King.
I did see that.
Okay, I didn't.
I don't know why it escaped my mind that she got hit in the head with a bottle by one of her castmates, and that's the reason why the show was canceled.
Wow.
I was like livid when the show was canceled all those years ago. I'm like, why would they cancel it? It was so good.
Who
Turns
hit her in the head
out
with the bottle? I remember because that was back in my like very, very loyal, committed Bravo day where anything came on Bravo, I don't care what. I say, no, I'm not watching. I'm not getting into that. And then sure enough, it comes on. I'm like, okay. And I think I literally watched every single episode. Like, which cast?
Geneva. I guess she was a forgettable heifer.
I remember there was like one they were trying to build the show around besides Melissa Ford. Was that like her? I've got to like Google. Hello, computer right here. Yeah. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But
so
anyway,
what was the premise? Was it video vixens or what? Like what? Like what?
Well, that was during Melissa's transition from video vixen to real estate agent.
And
making it in New York.
Is she not?
Well, now she does podcasts. I'm not sure if she still does real estate, but she's on the
Joe Budden
podcast.
She's like Joe Budden. Okay, so yes, okay. Why did she hit her in the head with a bottle?
Honestly, nobody knows. Not even Melissa.
I think I remember. Severe. I remember that club scene, and like I remember it was just kind of just like I do vaguely remember it. Yes,
it was just unhinged. One minute, Melissa was like trying to leave. She grabbed her purse. The next minute, like the camera goes by and doesn't film anything.
I'm just laughing because Bravo was like, "Oh no, we're not that network."
Literally,
you're done.
And they do kind of like get on that real quickly. Like it's definitely like it's a hard line between the VH1s.
Oh yes.
This will not be basketball wives.
Yes. Not a Love and Hip Hop moment either.
No.
I saw a little bit of that interview too, where she also kind of goes into the puffy of it all. And I was just like, another. You have to see the episode.
Okay, now I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, like,
shout out to Carlos. What an opportune interview.
Yeah, I love those Carlos King interviews.
Yeah, because they were talking about her video vixen era.
Okay.
And that's how the whole puffy thing came up. So very interesting. What else is going on with you ladies?
I'm getting ready to go to Houston, have a little family reunion. And so I'm excited, me and the little. And just, school's back in session and all the craziness that brings to my world.
Got it. Well, I know you ladies both know, but I have a new man in my life.
Yeah. So dashing.
Yes, so dashing.
So dapper.
Yes, so dapper. Tom Ford, my new Frenchie.
Yeah.
He's so adorable. Yeah, so that's kind of been consuming my life right now. Literally trying to get him house trained, and Frenchies have a lot of energy. And I'm just like, okay.
I do hear it when we're on the phone.
I'm just like, stop. A lot of energy. So I'm
so cute though.
Hope he's getting acclimated to how we do things.
Yeah.
It's like we need to tone it down, bro. Tone it Damn. Well, great. I'm glad everyone is kind of, getting back into the fall of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Summer's over.
We're back to like handling business, and Bravo is about to give us so much.
Right. Yes. I love a good fall lineup.
So excited. So without any further ado, Tiana, take us down memory lane.
Yes.
When the Real Housewives of Potomac first premiered, I thought there's no way it can be as interesting as Atlanta, but I'm here for it.
And what is a Potomac anyway? Did you guys all say that?
That was the other thing. I was like, wait, I feel like I know geography pretty well. Where the hell is Potomac?
Yeah. Exactly. No, definitely. They definitely have brought some attention, some shine.
They have. And honestly, it's become a must watch in its own right. I will say that. And then, we had the Green-Eyed Bandits come and really ruin the franchise a touch. And then we had Wendy try to help revive it. And, now that Robyn's gone,
Don't get me started. Ramona
I'm like,
knows.
insert ding dong, which is
literally.
Like,
insert Gizelle trying to figure out what the hell she's going to do this
That's
going
to be very interesting to watch this season. So interesting because
it's gonna be weird.
And
I think
also,
for her not to be there for me.
I've also seen kind of clips, and this once again, this is so laughable, where Wendy and Gizelle are getting along, and I think Gizelle's at
all of a sudden.
Yes, I'm just like, oh,
it reads so fake.
Yeah, someone's feeling a little threatened, and now they need to realize they need to play ball. They need to play nice with everyone in the sandbox.
And it's so crazy that they're friends now, because I've divided this episode up. Mild, it's just a little messy. Medium, it's a touch more messy. And then spicy, as Christina would call it, the meat and potatoes of the mess.
Yes, for sure.
Let's
So kind of walk us through the mild lane, the mild memory lane.
So mild, but iconic.
Yes.
We have Candiace with the Not Today neck.
Not today, Satan. Not today, neck. Not today, ankles. We don't have it.
Yes.
Not today, ankles.
Yes.
I don't know how she comes up with it. Truly. She's honestly a wordsmith.
I was just about to say that.
I'm going to miss
a wordsmith.
Yeah, I don't know why they got... Well, okay, if I had to think, I could think why they probably got rid of her. Just because it was like a mess waiting to happen. It was something messier waiting to happen, and she's always like the nucleus of all the mess.
So you think they got rid of her, she did not decide to take a step back?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Really? You disagree?
To me, it seemed like maybe she decided to just kind of hit the pause button for a little bit.
No.
Focus on getting preggers and no?
I think she was pregnant during the reunion.
Yeah.
That's my idea.
The timeline is yeah.
So then that would make even more reason why she would step aside. Like if she's pregnant and she just sees it's just nothing but hate and toxicity, I don't want this around my pregnency.
Maybe.
I don't know, but who knows?
That's very mature, which I don't necessarily associate her with. But
true, they may have
maybe.
come to that decision for her.
Maybe.
Speaking of maturity, my next favorite scene: Katie calling Ashley dumb and saying, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean dumb. I meant to say stupid."
I'm sorry if I said that you were dumb. Maybe I meant you're stupid. I don't know. Ciao.
That was me on the floor.
Some of Katie's iconic moments for sure. She added a level of kind of just kookiness, and I think we talked about it a little bit, that we realized, okay, maybe it wasn't just personality. It was something that kind of was enhancing her to act this way. But nonetheless, that is definitely one of the more milder.
One of my faves from last season. I had to include it. It's Karen trying to hold Robyn accountable.
At my expense? No,
Robyn,
actually,
yes,
when you were
Robyn,
being
at your
tortured,
expense because of you hiding your truth.
if I didn't tell my mama what happened, why the would I walk in front of any of y'all?
Robyn, you need to be accountable.
What are you gonna do? You wanna beat me up or something? What do you wanna do?
Robyn.
Hold me accountable. I'm here. I'm here.
I want you to hold
I'm
yourself
here. I'm
accountable.
here. Hold me
You
accountable.
lied the entire
Hold me
year, but you
accountable.
asked all of us to be accountable.
For all the mess that she caused off camera with Juan Dixon and trying to lie and trying to cover it up and then putting it behind a paywall.
I agree that Karen needed to hold Robyn accountable because that was bullshit.
But wasn't this also in the mix where she was trying to say that the other woman looked like her? Juan's other woman
that was
looked like her.
That wasn't this scene, but damn it, I should have added it.
I'm like, wasn't that like around?
That was a weird detail.
I was like, what's her hard on
She
for
said,
holding?
"Oh, he looks like me."
Yeah, we all know he secretly is one of you.
She looks great.
Yes, definitely. But I just didn't understand what was the hard on of why she wanted to hold her accountable.
Because so much of Karen's life in the parts that were embarrassing, especially like when Ray was going through his lawsuit or his financial troubles, like Robyn and Gizelle just seem to really relish in all of any kind of suffering that Karen has. So it's like, look, when you had this really crazy thing happen in your marriage, like, if you agree to be on this show, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to bring it to the show at all. But for the low cost of $6.99 a month, you join my Patreon and I'll tell you, like, that's bullshit, girl. Where your bread is buttered is over here in Bravo land.
Yes.
The Real Housewives.
Oh, and she learned quickly. Like
Very quickly.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Next, we have Miss Jacqueline, who's going to be a full-time housewife this season.
Things that I thought that I knew about you, Mia, I ended up finding out were completely different.
Name it.
You were never the CEO of your company.
Lies.
You were never. Gordon was.
God damn.
And I know all about it. You're questioning me with married men, but she needs to focus on how her husband never knows her whereabouts. Your husband was checking with me to find out where you were when you were in Atlanta with, I guess, at a wedding, because he was thinking you were with another man.
Okay, so to
She's
me,
getting her crab.
That's
I always forget what they hold. What do they hold?
A cherry blossom, I think.
Okay. I think it rotates all the time.
Been like
not a crab
claw or something.
Not a crab. Holding their crabs. That's
a bag of crabs. Like they're from Baltimore.
It's a Wendy Williams reference, because when they first announced Potomac, and she was just like, oh, that part of Maryland, they're known for like good clam chowder. So she was like,
and I feel like
they should hold a crab.
Yeah.
So Wendy was so messy.
So you were saying, Jacqueline, like, I think that's a little bit of desperation on Bravo's behalf. Like,
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But in this scene here with Jacqueline versus Mia, Jacqueline really exposed her. And literally after that, everything comes to light. Jacqueline accused her of not being the CEO of her company. Then what happens to the company?
Oh.
Jacqueline accused her of cheating.
Then what happens?
She knew her body, and then she didn't. What happened?
Yeah, she also exposed like some of her and G's kind of freaky deaky side.
I feel now with her and her new man, the DJ man, it makes G really, it highlights him as a senior citizen.
Yeah.
Like they're picking on a senior citizen. That's what I just feel. I'm sorry. I know that with this, but like in the scenes or the clips they keep showing, I'm just like, this poor man. Like, just stop. Back to Katie.
Rounding up the mouths. Katie asking what everyone was thinking.
I just don't understand why everyone's so fixated on trying to make Michael look like he's gay.
Is he gay?
No, girl, he's not gay.
Does he hook up with guys?
No, he doesn't hook up with guys.
Okay.
At this point in our lives...
So he just said, I'd suck his dick?
I don't think he said that.
What's the big deal about saying that?
He didn't say that.
Maybe it's like an Australian thing?
I don't think he said that. My husband did not say that. If I was there, I would remember something like that.
So if Robyn heard it too, why didn't she call you and say something about it?
I don't actually know now, and it's making me question, like, is Robyn even my real friend?
Ashley, is Michael gay?
Yes.
How do you ask someone's wife that?
I died.
Like, in what world do you think this woman is just about to be like, oh yes, my husband likes men? Like, even if that is the truth, why would you ask that? What was the
hello?
What could the response have ever been besides "you're crazy"? What are you talking about?
Regardless of like everything that we saw that proved, okay, he is
could
fluid.
be.
He's fluid.
Yeah, sexually, and nothing wrong with
they're
that.
They're fluid in their marriage, which is totally fine. But I think the salacious part of it was just like, why is it a secret?
Right.
Yeah. that's what Why are we denying it?
You know, now that I think about it, it might be because like he has older children who might be embarrassed. I mean, granted, Daddy shouldn't be grabbing.
Then why are you on this show?
Why are you on a reality show?
Yeah.
And it's like the Australian restaurant in Maryland serving bison. Was it? That's not.
Honestly, I eat bison. I think they were serving kangaroo.
Thank you. Sorry, not bison.
I just remember thinking like, did anyone ever say, let's go get Australian? Like when you're thinking of a cuisine, like
literally,
I never thought that was a good idea.
Like Australia started off as a throwaway country.
Yeah.
Why would we want your food?
A place where they put England's jailbirds. So like literally, what is it? No, thank you. Hard pass. I just think of Outback Steakhouse or something like pass.
Okay. Sorry.
Like, keep your jail child to yourself. No, thank you.
And I don't think they had a blooming onion. So, like, no, pass.
Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. All right. So now we're getting into the media mess.
The media mess.
Yes.
And we start this off with Miss Wendy. And do you guys remember the scene with her and the other ladies meeting outside of Gizelle's home that's under construction?
Ray is gonna be there, hopefully. Eddie's gonna be there, and your luggage is gonna be there.
So you were on the hater list, and
Hating on this?
you have talked about the colors of my home.
I didn't talk about the color of your home.
Well, that's what I remember you did.
Well, you misheard because I never talked about your home. I talked about the way you dress.
I do remember that. And the pavement wasn't finished.
Nothing was finished.
That's when we had the magenta walls. That is when we had the magenta walls. And I would never forget her and Watch What Happens Live. And Andy was like, the walls, they're magenta.
Oh, Lord. Can you imagine the embarrassment?
Like, just wait until it's all done. Why even have that?
Yeah.
She wanted to celebrate Reasonably Shady. And I'm like, what a way. Like,
okay, do it at a
you
restaurant.
have a Shady podcast and you like have this event outside your home that's thoroughly under construction. You like, these ladies are ingesting dust from your home.
But I will say this though. So last year they finally showed it finished and they showed the front of it, and boy was it night and day. It like had it had a good night. It had like a circle driveway.
And this is coming from you.
Yes. No, it was like impressive. It was like a circle driveway. It had like greenery. The pavement was finished.
She's
like, all
come a long
things.
way.
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure.
I guess their podcast might be making a little money.
You know what? I hope so, because maybe at that point, someone can help Robyn invest
in a stylist.
A stylist.
She won't.
A brand, something. I was telling Ramona the other day when they were showing kind of like their promos for their podcast. I was like, she looks like the girl in high school, just like with the hair pulled back in a bun, with the like Claire's earrings, silver hoops, and like a hoodie. Like, what are we doing right now?
They could use some help to elevate that podcast a little bit.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Just like Gizelle could have used some help to elevate that event, which is why Wendy ended up clearing the hell out of Gizelle, read her for filth. And she said, do you think I'm jealous of this? And when the camera panned to her unfinished home, I almost passed out. like honestly, Wendy said that she like has a man, you know, like I don't know what you have over there. Like you have an empty home.
I remember that.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah. That was definitely an iconic moment, for sure.
But you know what's so funny? I thought when you said Wendy clears Gizelle, I thought you were talking about that girls trip that they went on where she read her. That was when it first came out. When it came out about them alluding to the rumors about Eddie. And do you guys remember that when they went on that first girls trip after the rumors came out about Eddie, and Wendy gathered her all the way up.
All the way.
Yes.
Should have made the list. Honestly, there's so many moments I said I'll keep it to a few.
Yeah.
Is that when Robyn gave some very odd hand gesture on the
Yes.
couch? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Yes. Now it's once again. It's just like I just oh my gosh. Like, don't get me started on Robyn. Just don't. It's just so sad. It's just a waste. It's just a waste. But okay, I digress.
I know, like, right. Christina, hey, here's some Robyn.
Anywho, continue.
And then we have Gizelle getting ethered by Wendy again. It's like she never learns her goddamn lesson.
Let's be very clear. Don't attack my husband.
Yeah.
Because that's something I do not play with.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you because it was your ass having the conversation with Ashley.
Did you tell her what I said?
I'm not having the conversation.
I said that it was false, that we didn't believe there was any fiber of truth.
Instead of you coming to me as a woman, you decide to talk to Ashley. And so I'm putting your ass on notice because what you're not going to do, let's be very clear, is you're not going to play with my husband's name. Don't with my family.
Wendy always gets the best of her. I feel like Wendy always gets the best of Gizelle.
Always gets the best of her. And honestly, it's always the same thing. And you would think that I would get tired of like Wendy saying in 50 different ways that she doesn't have a man, but I don't.
Then very smart that now Gizelle has decided to play nice and be friends with her because she's probably sick
I
of
don't
getting
think she
cleared.
can take another season, especially without her.
Without Robyn.
Oh, this would be very interesting to see. Beyond interesting.
I think it's going to be weird. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've gotten used to Robyn being there. And unpopular opinion, I actually kind of like Robyn. So I don't know. I've just always liked her. But I felt like she made bad choices. Both can be true.
I think I liked her in the beginning.
Yeah. I've like, to me, she seemed like a more grounded version of Gizelle. Like, if that makes sense.
So
like,
grounded, like it's like, bitch, do
flat-lined
you have
on the ground?
Exactly. So grounded, like just flat, like chalk outline, flat, like
yes,
girl,
not
like
quite as yes. Anyway,
speaking of Robyn, we may as well get right into it. There
boy.
is no media mess without Robyn and Juan Dixon.
Yeah. How
Okay, so I have a little bit of Bravo Ish Talker trivia for you ladies.
Okay.
Yes. How many reunions has Juan Dixon attended?
I only remember one. And there was more?
There were more.
When Andy
I don't remember.
tried to hold him accountable, I just remember he scurried. He scurried and you never saw him since.
And said, I'll never be back up in this bitch.
Ever.
Yeah, so
was
it
the
2?
answer?
It must have been 2.
It was season 2 and season 4 of the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay. Wow.
2 out of 9 seasons.
Well,
but who's
remember,
counting?
he was very busy coaching.
No.
Not that last season.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't even think the first 2 seasons. I'm thinking back to it.
No, he just didn't want to get roasted.
No, when Andy said, like, where is he? We know he's not coaching. Dead. Dead.
That was a read.
Yeah.
But honestly, Juan never showing up to these reunions, or for the majority of these reunions, literally made me lose so much respect for him, because you know that, like, this heat ain't getting turned down. It's just your wife is just gonna have to take it all by herself. And
you're okay with that.
You're okay with that. Like, I just kind of feel like your role is, especially once you guys got married, your role as a husband is to always try to protect your wife. And so, like, you know, I say what we say, we snicker at Michael, Darby, and, you know, some of those other guys, but at least they like show up and try to like defend
Kangaroo
so that their
and all,
wives.
he was there.
Pastor Crowley Horror was not there.
No, he never. That's another one that never shows up and was never like riding for his woman. So I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I see here. It's kind of walk us through the timeline of Juan. Is there more?
Listen,
we could dedicate a whole
start
show.
off with the first his first reunion, season 2. It's a messy moment for me. Andy asks Juan, do you regret cheating on Robyn? And this man says everything but no.
Do you still carry guilt for cheating? Do I regret how I handle my marriage? Yes. But I'm not going to let you paint the picture like it was all on Juan Dixon. Okay? Both of us was in that marriage. All right, so there's 2 sides to every story.
I don't remember
Everything
that,
but
of
no.
course.
Because that's an admission of guilt.
Yes, and taking accountability.
Yeah.
And
Which he takes none of. No, how do you just... It's just a simple no.
But you know what? That's so true. Every time that comes up on that came up on that
two people
show,
in a marriage.
he would instantly get activated whenever it was brought up about his past and what he's done. Like, he never wanted to own that. And in fact, he would get mad at Robyn that it was even being brought up. I'm like, now that is a Uno reverse if I ever saw one.
Rich.
Robyn Dixon definitely crawled so Drew Sidora's husband could run.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Ugh. Should we put Robyn in the same category, kind of as a Kyle, calling her like really
Richards? Kyle Richards?
Like she's really strong. Like we said like in the previous
episode. Yes.
Oh, that's where you were going.
Yes. There has been a lot of strength that she has had to acquire being hitched to that wagon. That's for damn sure.
Yes, for sure.
Financially, I mean, like all of the things.
I don't know about God's strongest soldier. I think she was definitely God's most hard-headed soldier.
Oh,
yeah.
For sure.
Like every time God sent her a sign, even in the form of a hotel receipt.
He's just being nice.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I believe my man. I'm standing by him.
Yeah.
That is willful ignorance. See, this is what I mean. Like, she just makes bad choices.
And I mean, looking back at their relationship, it just seems like a history of bad choices. When they started Potomac, they weren't together.
Yeah.
But they were living in the same house. Sleeping in the same bed. But co-parenting. But not together.
Yeah.
Way to confuse
and they're both single and free to do what they want.
Yeah, that was just and once again they weren't really forthcoming. They left the viewer to kind of put it all together.
Yeah.
They were forthcoming like seasons later. But it's just like it left the viewer very like, what's going on here?
And they were defensive about like the question. And it was like, well, you know, we know what we are, and we don't have to define.
And by they, like,
we know who we are. We're secure in who we are and what we are. It's like, well, what is it? Because we are all confused.
Right.
But jump skip to them actually being in a relationship.
Sure.
Still rumors about him cheating.
That will never change.
They get married. More cheating rumors, this time with a receipt. And the whole story makes zero sense. She's a Canadian woman that came down. She was here to see his friend. He was being a nice guy because his friend like ditched her and left her at a hotel without her wallet. And he was the knight in shining armor to come and rescue her.
And then she's telling, I would never tell a story like that about my significant other. Granted, it's only really Tom Ford right now. But I would never tell a story like that about... He was like just being this knight in shining. I would never say this in a way that I'm supportive of what he did, and that's the way she came out.
Because now you just look dumb. Like you're
now
okay.
You understand?
Got it. You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
You
and
can
then
understand.
It's like you don't check his phone, but you can check his phone
because
he deletes all of his messages.
I was like, did that just come out of your mouth? Like on purpose?
On purpose.
And then people are looking at you like, really?
Really?
And you wonder why. You wonder why I have such an angst when it comes to her. Like, oh my gosh, don't get me started. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm like, what's going on with them now? Like, are we going to see?
He gets to cheat in peace, allegedly.
Do we get to see?
See what I did there, Tamara?
Juan can't come after us. We said
allegedly.
Allegedly. But it's like, do we think that we're going to Gizelle somehow, some way is going to give Robyn some type of light?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Whether it's like inviting her over, production decides to keep it, show it. Then that'll be
I
like
hope so. I hope they bring her on in like a friend of capacity.
I think she needs to be thoroughly reprimanded. How do you put your mess behind a paywall?
Yeah.
I was offended.
Right. And do people really pay for that?
They do.
Okay.
It's the strangest thing.
That's crazy.
It wouldn't be me.
Because I'm like, I'm not paying for this. Like, Bravo, you need to do something about this.
You need to dig a little deeper and bring it to the whole entire audience.
Right?
Yeah. You're not doing your job. Now Robyn out here got you looking stupid, just like her.
You know how expensive cable is nowadays? Like, girl, no.
Like, Bravo, you can't go out like that. For real. But okay, so this is my favorite bucket. Let's just get to the spiciness of it all.
My favorite bucket. And I'm starting it off strong. With the binder of it all.
Oh, yes. The binder.
Oh.
Since Gizelle likes to play dirty, I'll go ahead and return since I'm here right now. But he's definitely been talking to another woman, and it's clear conversations. And if you like to see him, I got him in my little receipt book right here.
I don't have any reaction to that.
Well, then you can just go ahead and have this. He's always asking about her schedule. He's sending screenshots to her whenever he's doing his little church tours.
How do you know those texts are real?
You want me to call out his phone number? I'm sure she knows what his phone number is.
What's your motivation behind that?
410 Bryant.
Is that his phone number?
Yeah, that's his phone number.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Did you bring a full binder that you spent time on to come out of your busy schedule?
Even a tab
to
for
put
myself.
a binder.
Okay.
Yes.
So I really feel with that whole scene and that whole binder, like she knew, Monique Samuels knew that she wasn't going to get invited back. Not even the fact that they may have not officially told her. She just kind of had it in her bones. 'Cause it's like, from everything that went down. So she's like, I'm gonna go out with a bang. And that she did. I feel like she's like, I got nothing to lose.
Zero to lose.
And I was like, oh, that is kind of one of the most iconic moments of like all reunions. Like you would never, and she was on such a short amount of time to make such a big impact.
Absolutely. I loved, like, to me, so I started off not really being a huge Monique person, and then over the years, for whatever reason, like, I don't know why, something about her first season on the show just didn't connect with me.
She won me over with the shade of the, I have 4 homes. I said, oh, I love her.
Maybe I didn't like that, because I was just like, oh, that's just so pretentious. But I ended up really liking her, and then especially towards the end. So that binder, honey, she snapped with that. I loved it.
And I still remember the outfit with the short bob, the yellow dress. Yes, I do. Yeah.
I'm done. The fashion of it all. I love it. But also, I love the fact that I saw her, I think it was on her YouTube channel, and she talked about this binder and how it came to be. It took her 10 minutes to make that. I said, talk about efficiency and organization.
Yeah.
Well, when you're not a lazy mom.
Right? Literally. When you're not a lazy mom, you can do these things and leave the other women with their heads cracked open, because that's exactly what happened. My mouth was on the floor.
Do you think there's any path to her coming back, especially with Candiace not being there anymore? I would love to see Monique make a return.
I hope.
See, I think it violates the whole kind of like essence of Bravo. That was like a real grimy, that was a love and hip hop fight. You know what I mean? Which Bravo's like who has like done something that egregious and has come back?
Portia.
Yeah.
Do you remember her at that reunion?
That is very, 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 yeah, okay. I
it was like, oh, you just need to take anger management.
I stand corrected.
And I would say with this binder, one of the moments I love the most, her reciting Pastor Holy Whore's number.
Oh, and the look on Gizelle's face, because I was like thinking to myself, like, just deny. Like, just like Gizelle should just like have like a stoic look, but she looked like she wanted to crumble. Like her reading the text, her reading the number. I was like, take us out the group chat. I felt a little awkward.
Oh no, put me in the group chat.
There was nothing Gizelle could say to that.
But yes.
And then Karen coming in. Is he coming? I was like, why we gotta be that messy? We know this man is not.
I love it too. I love every time Karen comes for Gizelle, because she gives her so much shit. So like, yeah, sometimes she deserves to get it back.
This binder is in the Bravo Museum. You can find it at BravoCon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, based on that interview I was talking about earlier with Monique, there was a lot more footage that they have of her in this binder just going in on these ladies.
Wow.
And everybody had a tab in the binder, including herself.
I'd love to be able to just look through it.
Yeah.
Listen, Bravo. Hello, Bravo. Tiana, lover of all things Black Bravo here.
Yes.
We would love to see the unaired footage of her binder moment.
You can send it us directly. Like we don't need to make it a big like production.
Or we could go to you. We will wear white gloves. We will.
Yes, absolutely.
And honestly, like to wrap up this whole Monique thing, we can go right to Candiace asking to be dragged.
Oh boy.
Yes, men. Yeah, walk away. Don't start. I will still drag you pregnant and all. Oh, you gonna drag me now? I will drag you. You gonna drag me? I'll drag you. Oh, drag me, Monique. All right, drag me.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Do it.
I'm about to throw this bottle at her head. She
do it. You're gonna stop.
You're gonna stop.
She need to grow the up.
Stop.
Drag me, Monique. Drag my ass.
It's like, I remember that. I will drag you.
And she was pregnant at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then Candiace saying, then drag me.
And I'm like, Candiace, luckily she's pregnant. But you don't say things to people like that, especially people that are upset and heated.
Yes.
Anything could happen.
Yes, and this woman is pregnant. Let's say that again. But I always felt like with Candiace, like she's just such a chihuahua. Like this tiny little person that likes to just yap, yap, yap. But like, it's so funny. Jay-Z has a line in one of his songs where he says, you know, the type loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Like that's Candiace to me in a nutshell. Like she will yap, 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 but like she really does not want that smoke when push comes to shove.
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Which is why we can skip to Candiace getting dragged. Yeah.
Hands in my face. You gonna drag me? You gonna drag me too? Do you want me to? Do you want me to? Drag me. Do you want me to? Do you want me to? Do you want me to? Hey! 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 Hey!
Gosh, that was an unfortunate chapter.
It really was. And it was honestly, as a viewer, so confusing as to like why they had so much animosity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, as a viewer who watched it, I felt like Candiace was like a baby, what's her name? Kenya on that couch with Portia taunting her. I felt like that was like Candiace all season, and she just finally, it's just like, yeah, one can say like it's words and you took it to physical violence, but it's just like there's a fine line. And it's just like you just push too many buttons, and that's what Candiace Mouth likes to do. The Twitter fingers.
Write checks with her mouth that her ass can't cash.
Yes,
quite literally.
Absolutely.
And not to mention, I think what was very interesting to me was at the time it seemed like Candiace was really just doing Gizelle and Robyn's dirty work. She leaves the show, and then what happens? Oh, Gizelle and Robyn, you have all these allegations against them with like colorism when it comes to Wendy and Candiace. And it's like, do they think they might need to give Monique an apology? That's my question.
Question mark.
She'll be waiting.
Yeah, question mark for sure. But it will be nice to kind of like, if they did get rid of Gizelle, to kind of like, I think they really would need some strong people and possibly bring like Monique back for sure.
Yeah, they're not getting rid of Gizelle. That she is the anchor of the show.
They got rid of Vicky.
She's the Teresa. She's the Kyle.
They got rid of Vicky.
That's true.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, the show needs some. It needs some but not like Jacqueline, because I'm just like, didn't G buy your Porsche? Like, what are we doing right now?
To be honest, if Mia's gonna come back, at least Jacqueline will, and hopefully that will stir up some drama. I didn't feel like I needed Mia back.
No, and
I did. I'll be honest. That last scene,
you want to see how this all plays out.
Yeah. How they had to bring the cameras back. I said I almost turned off my TV.
Yeah,
I'm happy I didn't.
I'm glad they gave us I'm going to walk that back a little bit. I do now want to see what life has been like with
post-paternity.
Yes.
Post-paternity, test.
Oh.
Well, I didn't realize they did a paternity
I don't
test.
think they did, because there's a question where they're asking with new boyfriend. I don't know. He looks like Gunna to me, like baby Gunna. Like that's all. That's all I keep thinking about. It's just like, who is this character? Anywho, I just feel like he's sitting there talking to G. He's like, you still think Jeremiah is yours? I'm like, stop picking on this 70-year-old.
Elder abuse.
Yeah, stop picking on him. For sure. And then you just have like, I mean, no shade to me or not trying to like, talk about her in regards to her height, but it's just like it is.
But she's an Amazon. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
It is hard to watch her with the new guy. It was hard to watch her with her and G, but at least G had like a presence of like power.
And like
this
swag,
new guy,
swag.
Exactly. This
it's like
guy,
little buddy.
Yeah, I'm just like this is laughable. This is laughable for sure. What is it, a radio personality or a DJ? Which one is appropriate?
Same.
Honestly, they're really all the same thing.
Got it. Okay.
Candiace and her butter knife.
That one was classic.
Yes. And I gave her a beverage. Of all the things you can say, Candiace.
Because you got on the mic. You got on the mic.
Did you see Michael crying? Did you see Michael crying?
With all the tears.
Did you decide to make it? Did you decide to make it your business to watch my husband?
I'm gonna just hurry up and eat.
Y'all didn't have anything going on over there. Doesn't mean you need to help in my conversation.
Michael was going away. You told everybody that Michael was crying. You told everybody Michael was crying. You said that. That was public information.
But why is it any of your business anyway?
I asked you for the truth. You want to come at me with this whole mind your business.
Candiace, are you really
mind your business?
Honestly, you're telling me that you know exactly what my body is feeling?
No, I don't.
When your mom is still taking care of. I'm in your mama's house right now.
You will not talk about my mother.
Do not ruin your mama's. Don't ruin your mama's table.
You will not talk about my mother in my home. My mother in my home.
I gave her a beverage, but her and Ashley really went at it at that dinner scene.
I don't understand their like relationship at all. It's like hot, cold, hot.
I mean,
cold.
you know my conspiracy.
Yes,
theory.
I know your conspiracy theory, but I'm just like, okay. But I'm glad to kind of like.
They'll never really be friends.
Yeah, I'm glad to kind of see like one has kind of moved on. So we'll see like where Ashley stands this year, or this season for sure.
Yep.
I mean, speaking of Ashley, we got to talk about her husband. Her butt-grabbing husband.
Yes.
Bravo, honestly, I will say, Bravo handled this pretty well. Because honestly, this could have probably like canceled this entire franchise.
Yes.
Like had this incident occurred just like a couple years later, I would argue that
absolutely sexual assault.
Bravo would be in hot water.
Yeah.
But they really patched it over and like cleaned it up nicely. And I don't know if that was because like Michael had amazing lawyers and Bravo was trying to avoid a PR nightmare. I think that Michael's been keeping his hands to himself.
Where is he
now?
now?
He's not on the show really anymore. And when you think back about this era on Potomac, this is why, like, when the girls give her a hard time about how much money she's getting still from Michael, I'm like, let me tell you, this lady has earned every dime to have endured that man for all those years and all of his crazy antics and
then have the nerve to pop out 2 babies that look just like him.
Oh, God.
So you're always reminded of your ex. Yes. I can't imagine.
Oh. So that's why I'm like, she has, whatever she is getting, she has absolutely earned it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that was like a great trip down the Potomac memory lane.
Yeah. Now I'm like even more excited about this season premiere.
Oh,
you know, I'm like a little indifferent.
Really?
So I hope it just brings it, because I feel like so I wasn't a beginner watcher. I didn't drink the Kool-Aid when it first came out. Okay. So I binged like the first 3 seasons or something. I was like, oh my gosh, where have I been? This has been where have I been?
Where have you been?
And then it's kind of just tapered off ever since. It's never so. I'm hoping kind of with the shakeup and, it kind of really kind of delivers. So that's what I'm hoping for. So we will see.
Honestly, I think they might need to give one of Carlos King's anchors on a call, Ashley. I mean, granted, she's in Baltimore, but I mean, Baltimore's a quick trip to Potomac.
Like same
it's
area.
It's the same thing to me.
I am not familiar with any of those love and marriage show. Like I know the names of them. I know
Huntsville.
Carlos King.
You introduced me to the Huntsville. I was like,
Love and
Marriage.
Marriage. Baltimore or DC rather. DC.
You
have to check one of them out.
Maybe we see some crossover like we did with like the Mom Talks and the Salt Lake.
Well,
yeah, maybe.
Remember Monique went for a season.
Oh,
she was on Love and Marriage DC, right? Was that it?
Okay,
One and done. Her and Chris.
Is it a, but it's like we're trying to fix our marriage, right? It's not like a reality show.
No, it's just a reality show about like these married
couples.
And these couples.
Oh, really? I thought it was, like a fix my life. Like, fix my marriage.
It's not a couples therapy.
King any ideas? You might want to claim your 10% now.
I get what you're saying, because that title could suggest that it's like a couples therapy kind of a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like a reality show.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's basically their own version of Real Housewives.
Oh,
that's
look
what
at Oprah. Look at Oprah.
Yes.
All right, Miss Tiana, I think you have a trivia question for us.
No, I don't.
I was like, she asked it already.
Or did you already ask us this?
Yeah.
Like, what's your messy moment?
How many reunions did Mr. Juan Dixon attend?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm looking at like, what's your favorite messy moment? So it's not a trivia question.
Got you.
Not a trivia question. Sorry.
No, but I would love to know, ladies, what were your favorite messy moments from Potomac?
Oh man, there has been so many. But I think that what I referenced, that scene on the couch when they're all in the living room on that girls trip, it's always, I love the Potomac girls trips.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have a singular, I don't think, but it's whenever they go on a girls trip, like it's about to get good. Potomac's best moments are when they do these cash trips.
Yeah, I think with piggybacking off of that, my favorite one is when Candiace gets the infamous, they're on a girls trip and she gets the information about Darby is in a strip club or takes the girl home. Meanwhile, Ashley's like breastfeeding like in the other house, and I'm just like, and they're like, and she's like, I just want to pull you aside and tell you this, and then I'm just like,
I just think you should know. I always hate when they do that on reality shows. I just thought you should know.
And at that point, it was just like, okay, girl, the jig is up. Like, do you guys have an open marriage? Like this,
wide open.
Yeah, like this just isn't. What is this? Like, what is this? So that was a great.
That was fun.
Yeah, great revisiting Potomac.
Yes. We have to have more messy moments like this.
Oh,
you know I love the mess.
Yes, I think we definitely. I think from the shows that are up, this season with Bravo, we definitely will have some messy moments between the Salt Lake, the Potomac, Beverly Hills is coming back, Atlanta's coming back.
Yes.
We didn't get
Charm.
Yes, we didn't get into it, but Don Juan is coming back.
Oh God, why would you say that? Why would you end like that?
And why?
Yeah, like why?
In the words, want to see Don Juan. Bravo, what are we doing?
Yes, we want to see Dwight. Like,
right? Hello, we want to see Dwight.
Bring Dwight back.
Fashion show with no fashions was iconic.
Yes. Like, what has Don Juan added? Nothing.
I mean, besides the Candiace bank account, like not a goddamn thing on this Bravo
Bravo platform.
Nothing.
Not at all. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed going down the Potomac lane just as much as we did. Don't forget to like, follow, tweet, comment, send us a DM. We've been getting some interesting ones.
Yes.
Oh boy, have we.
Yes, we have.
Very interesting. So please keep them coming. But we look so forward to hearing from you guys and definitely want to keep the engagement going. So if you have anything you want us to talk about or any topics you want us to focus on, please leave them on any of our social media channels. Yeah. But until then, thank you so much. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Stay fabulous.